Hi, my name is Ellen Legger, and I'm the volunteer coordinator for Age Well Rides, Reads, and Visits at JFCS. I selected Ronna Scarrato as our Age Well Volunteer of the Year because of her dedication and patience with our older adults.
My name is Ronna Scarrato, and I've been a driver for Age Well for about 2.5 years. Age Well is wonderful. It gives adults the opportunity to stay independent, and all we have to do is give them a ride. It's as easy as can be. I've met many people that have touched me and many people that I consider good friends. And as Ellen knows, it's not uncommon for me to give her an email telling her I'm going to be going to the movies with somebody or to lunch. So to me, it's nothing but a great joy.
Hi, I'm Stacy Dow. I'm the coordinator at the JFCS Squirrel Hill Food Pantry, and we chose Jack and Mimi Halpern as Volunteer of the Year because of their years of service and dedication at the pantry.
Well, we're Mimi and Jack Halpern, and we have been with the food pantry for a very long time.
Actually, we began with them when it started. Our niece Nancy Zients with the Jewish Healthcare Foundation told us that they were funding a new food pantry and going to need volunteers. So we thought that would be a great thing to do. So we've gone through all the iterations from Whiteman School to Forward Avenue to the present location, which is great. So it's very interesting. There's all kinds of wonderful things that happen. The volunteers are great. The staff is excellent. Just one quick anecdote. The new people, when somebody new comes in and you have the opportunity to take them around and shop for the first time, it's such a wonderful feeling in my part to see how surprised they are and how happy they are with the volume and the quality of things that they get. They had no idea that they were going to get the amount and quality of things that they do, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful thing.
One of the things that I always take away from me is a woman who came in and shopped for one of the holidays. I'm not quite sure which one. And then she said, "Can I sit down?" And of course, you can sit down. And she reaches into her purse and she takes out a checkbook. And she wrote a check. It wasn't a huge check, but she wrote a check because this was her way to give back. And I just find that absolutely amazing.
So that's our experience.
Hi, my name is Gina Sapienza. I'm the volunteer coordinator for JFCS Career Development Center. We have nominated Randy Cohen for the Volunteer of the Year. Randy is your ideal volunteer in the sense she is professional, she's reliable, selfless, and she is a definite team player. We could not do what we have been doing without her exceptional expertise and guidance. Thank you so much, Randy, for your service. We love you. Thank you.
My name is Randy Cohen, and for the past 4 years, I've been a volunteer at the Career Development Center. In 2015, I retired after a 37-year career at the Bettis Power Laboratory, where I had responsibility for recruiting and management and executive compensation. Following my retirement, I contacted the CDC and said, could they use some help from somebody with my level of experience? And as we say, the rest is history. I haven't gone home yet. When I retired, I started assuming different levels of responsibility and increased efforts with the Career Development Center. Most recently, my focus has been on working with our job seekers, helping them practice interviews, as well as working at career fairs that we host or that are by others, working with the employers and our job seekers. Reflecting on my tenure at the CDC, there are many nights and many events that I can say are memorable, but one night in particular stands out so clearly. It was a Pittsburgh night, cold, snowy, miserable, and we were hosting a career fair for people in the Employable program with learning disabilities. As bad as the weather was, we had lots of employers, lots of job seekers, and lots of support parents coming to the event. I spent the evening interfacing and interacting with all of them, trying to help our clients feel comfortable in the environment and working with the employers. At the end of the evening, though, the gratitude and appreciation expressed by the parents was just so empowering and so overwhelming. There really weren't words to describe the emotion that was being felt that night. Many of the clients that I work with, the job seekers, they're mature job seekers, they're refugees, they're immigrants, and we have job seekers with learning disabilities that I also spend my time working with. One of the things that I had learned from my grandfather, who also was very active in volunteer work, is that you don't do volunteer work for the recognition. You do it for the good deeds and the joy that it brings to others. That is the reward. And that is why I volunteer at the Career Development Center. That's all I have to say.
Hi, my name is Andrew Van Treek, and I'm Volunteer Coordinator for JFCS Refugee and Immigrant Services. I nominated Beth Corning to be JFCS Refugee and Immigrant Services Volunteer of the Year because of her unending passion to be a welcoming face to refugee families. Beth has gone far above and beyond the normal volunteer duties to ensure that her refugee family has the education and access to justice that they deserve.
Hi, my name is Beth Corning, and I am a volunteer with the Jewish Family Services Refugee Program. I was asked to talk about my experience with this organization and why I started. And I began after the 2016 election and felt that I had to do something other than my armchair liberal reaction of making phone calls and writing letters, that I needed to do something tangible. And I had heard a young woman talking about how she was working with a refugee program at the Jewish Family Services, and I thought I could do that. That's tangible. That's really doing something of service. So I began that process, and I was introduced to a family now 3 years ago. One signed up at that time for a 3-month stint, and so obviously it was something that meant something to me, and I have remained in contact with this family often on a weekly basis, now going on 3 years. It has been an extraordinary opportunity to build bridges, to connect with different cultures, but also to truly make a difference, not just in their lives, but certainly in my own. There are many moments one can choose to talk about. There were highlights of this ongoing relationship, like being adopted by this family as an honorary member of the family and being introduced that way to their extended family, but also to find a way to understand the deeper connection between humans. Not quite a year ago, I was going to meet with a family and could not get hold of the wife. Texted her to say, "Where are you?" And this is, of course, through an app because they do not speak English and I do not speak Arabic. And I was told that they were at the hospital. Did not know why, so I thankfully was around the corner and I ran down there to see. Unfortunately, the husband had just been diagnosed with terminal cancer. Pretty upsetting on any level, but certainly to be in part of a culture where you don't understand the language, you don't understand the culture, and to navigate the American healthcare system is, at best, challenging. To become the voice for this family, to be the advocate for this family, to learn things about this family at an intimate level that I could have never done in this fashion has been extraordinary. The ability to make a difference in these people's lives is equal to the difference that they've made in mine. And I don't think that could have been done any other way other than being a volunteer with this organization. Simple as that.